Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ryan Hall, I'm the Athletic Director at Mayville State University. I'd like to welcome you to the second edition of the Comet Corner. With me today, Coach Tom, our head football coach. Coach, how you doing?
Doing well. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here. Exciting times. It's fall. It's go time. And, I know you guys have been working really hard. Can you tell me how you thought preseason went and workouts leading up to this week?
Yeah, I thought it went really well. Great group of kids that we brought in. They trained hard. Most of them passed the conditioning test. It had a good 2 weeks leading up to Concordia, and then when we did the joint practice down there with them, I thought our kids held their own. They competed against a very good Division III football team, and so we're excited to head to Montana on Friday.
Awesome. You mentioned Concordia. I was there Saturday. I thought the guys looked great. Looks like you got a lot of depth at a lot of positions. I think you got 5 or 6 deep at the quarterback position. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, a lot of depth, a lot different from last year. 5 or 6 deep at the quarterback position. I think we're 7 deep at running back. Have a lot of skill positions, wide receiver. So we're looking forward to being able to help out, obviously our quarterbacks and take some stress off of them this year. Defensive line, I think we're 15 deep, and looking at setting the travel roster, we're probably going to travel with 12 or 13 of them. Linebacker, we've got 6 really good groups, so it's going to be a challenge of cutting that down because we can only travel obviously with 57. And then DBs, we have a lot of competition, a lot of guys who are competing not only for playing time defensively, but also in special teams.
Great to hear. And Coach, what based off the scrimmage this past Saturday, what were give me what you think was one of your biggest positives? And obviously early on in the year you want to continue to improve and get better, but one of your positives and one of the things that you really feel like we need to continue to really work on and hone down throughout the season.
Yeah, I think the biggest positive that we took from the scrimmage was the physicality. I thought our guys came out early on, and how the scrimmage or joint practice was really set up was, we did an inside drill, so a lot of inside run within the tackle box, and then we did a skelly session, so we took the lineman out of it, and then we had a couple scrimmage-like situations later on. I think we caused 5 or 6 fumbles, ended up recovering 5 of them, had 2 interceptions. So defensively, even though that wasn't all collectively in a game, the ball was on the ground, which is something that they were preaching to our guys. I thought they gave great effort. Their pursuit, really on both sides of the ball, the effort was there. I think the biggest thing we need to work on is finishing. One thing we talked about as a coaching staff was that they won the fourth quarter, even though there was no scoreboard. We felt that last 36-play segment where we actually had officials out there and everything, we took it on the chin, even though the score was technically 7-0. I just thought we kind of pootered out there at the end. And so we've really been preaching to them yesterday, and we will throughout the remainder of the week to finish and win the fourth quarter.
Awesome. Good stuff. And Coach, can you tell us a little bit? I think you have around 14 or 15 seniors on the team this year. How are the guys doing as far as team chemistry wise? Obviously you have a slate of new guys and some transfers as well that are going to be impact players for the program, and then you got some awesome returners. How's that chemistry been going for the team so far early on? Yeah,
the chemistry has been phenomenal all through really. I guess from signing period until fall camp, we have something called Huddle Messenger.
Okay.
So it's something that our guys can get on there and they can kind of text, but they do it through a computer system or through their phone. It doesn't matter. And you could already see guys that didn't even know each other throwing jokes at each other, excited to come together August 4th. And then since then, we've done some team bonding stuff, through our meetings, and then we went to the movie one night and closed camp with something special for the team. So it's been good. The transfers have come in and it immediately took on that leadership role because they're guys who have played at the college level. And then we do have some true freshmen that, I guess the best word is they're very mature.
Yeah.
You're talking to 18, 19-year-old kids that they get it. They have a business-like mindset and everything that they do. And so we're excited, and it only gets better when you have long road trips and different things like that. So we're looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And Coach, speaking of new faces, not to shift gears, but you got a couple new faces on your coaching staff this year. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so excited on the offensive side of the ball. Richard Kuzisto is going to take over quarterbacks. He played at Mayville State.
Oh, okay.
Coach Taylor Kunkel is one of the most familiar receivers around here. I believe he's number 2 in a lot of receiving categories, so he's going to take over our receiving group. And then defensively, we stayed pretty much intact, but we added Richard Courtwright. He's a guy who's going to be the defensive coordinator. Coached with the Arizona Cardinals from 2004 to 2011.
Wow.
Was a part of the Super Bowl staff for Ken Wisenhunt, and then his last 3 years were at USC as a defense quality control for Clay Helton.
That's
so,
great.
Really good staff, good camaraderie amongst ourselves, and so we're looking forward to going to battle with everybody.
Awesome. Well, you talk about going to battle. Now it counts, right? Preseason and scrimmages are obviously, in the rearview mirror, and you guys are headed to Montana Northern this weekend for first game of the season. Hopefully you can get out to Montana, but if not, we'll have it, going live stream for all the MSU community and supporters to watch. What do you think are going to be the keys in that game for you guys to make that long trip and be successful?
First and foremost, we just told the kids yesterday, there's a lot of uncertainty. You have a brand new staff over there at Northern. We obviously played them last year, and so we do have a couple game tapes from them, so we were able to pull some personnel, match it up with the roster. Scheme-wise, we're kind of shooting in the dark. So for us, I think, even what we went over with the kids, the number one key for us is to control what we can control. We can't help the 10-hour, 11-hour bus drive. We can't help the weather. But as I alluded to earlier, winning our one-on-one matchups, playing with great effort, doing everything that we preach on a daily basis, and obviously being technically sound. The second one for us is the finish. Yep. We really preached on it from Concordia. We didn't think we finished as well as we could, so we really thought to the kids that we needed to win the fourth quarter, because I think this is going to be a game that early on we're both going to try to feel each other out, and then obviously halftime adjustments are going to be huge on both sides of the ball. And then the biggest thing, we preached early on, we want to be the most disciplined team in the conference, and we want to be the least penalized team. So we call them DAPs. We don't want any stupid penalties.
Yeah.
And so just talking to the kids, I think if we can control, we can control, and obviously play smart, in between the whistle and give great effort, and then finish. I think we'll be successful and come home happy.
That's great. Well, Coach, good luck to you this weekend. If you don't mind telling the community, Saturday, 1 o'clock start?
Yes, Saturday, 1 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. So
good to know that.
Yeah, Mountain Standard Time. They'll have a little pregame there. We'll be out on the field about an hour and 30 before, and then we'll kick it off at 1 o'clock and be home at 5 a.m. on Sunday.
Like I said, please tune in to cheer on Coach Tome and the Comets this weekend as they have their season opener on the road in Montana. And Coach, again, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
And good luck this weekend, buddy.
Thank you very much.